So we are halfway through one of the best months of the year, the month of March. And obviously, like I promised, we are going to now take a look at the overall portfolio performance so far this month, because I'm pretty certain a lot of y'all would like to know exactly how the portfolio has been performing with a massive volatile week that we just had. Also, of course, we're going to take a look at the buys and the sells and then the dividend income for the month of March so far. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really does help with the algorithm on YouTube as well as Rumble. Make sure to follow us on X at Fatal Investing. If you'd like to join us on Discord, which is the best place to catch the videos, live streams, and the shorts. The link to this in the description below. So with this said, let's get started with this video. So let's get started with the valuation of the portfolio, and we can see here that from March 1st to March 15th, the portfolio has actually lost $3,612. However, if we take a look at the overall rate of return, we can see that comparing this to the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500, well, the portfolio is only down 1.7%, where the other three indices are down way more than 5%, as y'all could see right there. Now, looking at the portfolio, though, on the year to date, we can see that it is up $4,736.85, and it's still actually outperforming the three indices, as y'all can see right there, with the NASDAQ losing the most at almost 8%. So now let's actually get into the buys and the sells, which if you guys have been in the markets at all this month, y'all know that it has been very, very volatile, very in the red, which I've taken advantage of. Now, the first one is, of course, JEPQ. I did buy some JEPQ, about 7 shares on March 4th, bought around 7 shares for $54.12 a share for around $378.84. Also on the 4th, I did buy some Broadcom 2 shares for a price of $192.98 for $385.97. Now, I also did buy some T. Rowe Price, guys. Now, wait until you guys see exactly what happened with T. Rowe Price afterwards, because I very quickly undid this buy that I did right here on T. Rowe Price, also on the 4th, for 3 shares at a price of $101.51 for $304.53. Then on the 4th, once again, I bought some more JEPQ for 4 shares at $54.86, worth at around $219.44. And lastly, on the 4th, I bought 4 shares of SCHD for a price of $28.16, or worth around $112.66. Now, on the 6th, just 2 days later, I actually sold my T. Rowe Price, and I did sell it at a loss of around like $400 or so. And the reason for this is because I had just done a discounted free cash flow on T. Rowe, and I did notice on that video that T. Rowe has actually been losing a lot of AUM, right, assets under management, within the past several years. So I look at that and I'm just like, I don't like this. I really don't like this one bit. And I don't foresee this company actually surviving the way that it's going with these losses, even though that they don't want this to happen anymore. It's still continuing. So I just decided to sell all 123 shares worth around $100 or so for $12,435, which was a loss of around $400 or so. My initial investment, my cost basis, was at $12,800, give or take a few. Nonetheless, though, it was a very, very small loss as compared to what it could have been based off of what I've noticed that T. Rowe was actually going through. Next, on the 7th, I bought some Costco, because this was when Costco was just, it was completely crashing. So, I mean, I bought 1 share for $952.95. I know, only 1 share. But, guys, this was after Costco hit a peak of what? 1,078. So I bought 1 share for this price, and then on the 7th, one more time, I also did buy 1 share of Microsoft for $386.51. And on the 10th, I bought some more JEPQ 4 shares at $52.15, worth at around $208.60. Then on the 12th, I bought another share of Costco when it hit $928.14. Also on the 12th, I bought 7 shares of JEPQ one more time, $52.38. And on the 13th, I bought 1 more share of Costco. This was when it hit sub $900. I had to do it. I just had to do it. Bought 1 share at $893.55. And also on the 13th, which was the last one that I did, I bought 2 shares of JEPQ when it hit $51.61. So as y'all can see, I was very, very busy when it comes to buying and selling, which definitely affected this because, well, if you guys remember, last time we took a look at this before even March began, I said that March was going to be a month near $1,200. Unfortunately, because I sold T Row, that was a very, very big chunk of that $1,200, meaning that unfortunately my investment income for March has now fallen down to sub $1,000. I think it's like $980 something or so, which actually dropped down my estimated income from 7,000 and change to now 6,656, which is now a monthly average of $554.69. If we take a look at the income so far that the portfolio has generated for the month of March, has been around $587.54, and we can see that they're still remaining at around $430.53. And let us now take a look at where that $585 actually came from in the form of dividends. On the 3rd, we got a few companies here. We got SJM paying around $28.08. Then we also have Church & Dwight, 59 cents. Then we got First Energy Corporation, $11.48. On the 4th, we got Johnson & Johnson paying $35.96, as well as AWK, which I also sold out of, but because I sold it after the ex-dividend date, I still qualified for this dividend, paid around $1.53. Then on the 5th, I got JebQ at $6.75. And then on the 6th, I got a big one over here with Southern Company paying me $61.06. Then we got Pfizer, which I also sold out of, but I sold after the ex-dividend date. Pfizer paid me $5.16. And then on the 7th, we also got Amgen paying me a big one of $83.30. And now on the 10th, this is where the big ones come in, guys. We got Chevron paying me a whopping $210.33. On the 12th, we got 3M paying $48.82. On the 13th, we got Microsoft paying $6.64. And lastly, on the 14th, we got Realty Income paying $85.77. So all in all, we could see that it's still a very big income when it comes to the dividends for March. However, it is a pretty big downturn because of the fact that I did sell T Row. However, nothing's really changed when it comes to the portfolio, aside from obviously that big sell. In fact, I've actually been using some of the proceeds from T Row in order to buy Costco, as you all saw just a few seconds ago. So nothing's really changing, and honestly, I'm kind of glad that I am focusing on companies with much more stronger fundamentals, which T Row did not have. So just keep that in mind, guys, that it is okay to sell. It is not okay to sell out of fear, but if you sell due to rational thinking, then that's perfectly fine to do. All in all, though, there's still around $430.53 to be paid for the month of March, which we will cover here at the end of March. And then hopefully we'll see what happens when it comes to June, but June it is stated for 1,022, but yeah, a lot can happen. I could do a lot more buys, I could do a lot more sells, and these numbers could change. But all in all, that pretty much does it for this dividend update video for part 1 for March of 2025. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Really does help over the algorithm on YouTube as well as Rumble. Make sure to follow us on X at Fatal Investing. If you'd like to join us on Discord, which is the best place to catch the videos, live streams, and the shorts, links in the description below. And guys, if you would like to see how this develops by the end of the month, as well as the end of the year, make sure to subscribe, guys. It really does help in general. So with that said, peace out, and we'll see you all next time.